Floating. I love to float. Away into something so much larger than the particle vibration I hold within millions of molecules and atoms. Being distanced by the cones and rods that make up the color that lives within my eyes. Floating. Being present but not seemingly present. Meditative. As if I am here, yet not. Yet creatively dreaming up somewhere bigger. I swing into the sky by my childhood park of 16 years, across from 67th, and smile brightly. I am now 23. The anxious nature tamed in the back pocket as I think of dancers in the sky, the music of nature filling the push and pull of the swing in motion. We float into a lullaby baby blue, the soft, puffy white clouds drifting and carrying the leaves of whirling trees, figuring out their story. I am one with the sky. You are one with the sky. We leave the nature of emotion when we move as we decide to drop forward into a fold and allow the blood to rush forward. Painted by dark reds and sustained color pop, as you drift away from the questions that float within, we swing into the sky. I have entered this meditative state since I was 4 years old, when I was met with laughter with my mom, but struggled as well, and met with the revolving door of my father before I officially closed the door at age 15. I entered the state as I left my body when I was diagnosed with anxiety and when the education system did not support my misunderstood needs. I entered the state when I was watching my first boyfriend fly a kite while listening to tunes of jazz mingled with folk and country. I entered the state in both joy and hardship, sadness, euphoria, and creativity. But most knowingly, I entered the state 3 years back, when the doctor said, "You have retinitis pigmentosa." I haven't told anyone the story. I was ashamed and really nervous too. Apparently, it's been following me my whole life, living within my genetics, buzzing around in the cells behind bright vision. With anxiety comes physical repercussion. I have retinitis pigmentosa. I have retinitis pigmentosa, which basically means there is a chance my bright blue eyes will be met with darkness. But I have been told this is negative thinking for a young female who is so positive. This is a fear I've kept shut. Of the 3 20-year-old women I have met with RP, all of them are blind. Everyone tells me that won't happen to me, though there is no current cure. Living with joy as an artist, a visual learner, a traveler, I used to envision the doors closing after receiving this news. We are in the doctor's office, age 19, my hand clutched to my boyfriend's shirt. My tears soaked into his skin, being coddled as I let myself release and weep with fear and anxiety. Guess what? The only really negative thing for this diagnosis, aside from vitamin A, is anxiety. How fun is that? When I first found out, I asked myself questions that seemed unanswerable. What will happen if I can no longer take in the beauty that makes life worth living? Will I stop dreaming? Will I forget the appearance of the magic around me? How much time is left? When will there be a cure? It is so scary. It is emotional. I've wanted to tell people, but I feel like I can't. Would they look at me differently? Would you judge me? I think back to all those times with friends where I swayed left and right through blurry movement along the tipsy beat of the dance floor, the disorienting strobe light clumsily taking me downstairs, laughing it off, blaming it on the buzz. I wasn't even drinking. Being hit by sports, balls flying at me as a target, I didn't even see them coming. As I have grown, however, taking in the world through my baby blue eyes, I realize, Jamie, you are blessed. Rather than having to fear the unknown, life is a whole series of unknowns. If I worried about every single thing that hasn't happened yet and let my anxiety overtake me, I wouldn't enjoy any part of the process, so I better get on board. I wouldn't be able to thoroughly enjoy creating, filming, theater, dance, traveling, nature. I see the wonders of life so much more vividly than I even knew I could. I spend time focusing on the spark of light within all that life has to offer, and I have this to be thankful for, due to life's roller coaster set of limitations. Except, I won't be limited. I am not. I am extremely capable. I actually have 20/20 vision if it weren't for the floaters and some spots of uncertainty. But I actually am an excellent case for someone with RP. I am nowhere near anything I fear. At least, not yet. Because of my eyes, I study the leaves in the autumn, their veins and stories, the fragile bark in the winter, the pollen floating away in the winds of spring, and the sea salt green under summer sun. I have learned to value so much more, and I thank the universe. Thank you, universe, despite the fear and emotion around an unknown resolution to a growing common condition. I thank the universe for allowing me to find the light and beauty in the world through touch and smell and gratitude and dance and play and care and breathing. I find a way to stride. It's truly our struggles that make us appreciate the world and walk each step with hope. This is a part of my story, and it has crafted strength via the hindrance, and I'm not going to hide it any longer. So if you are going to take away anything from any of the struggles I have shared, I will leave you with this. Our limitations only make us that much stronger and more beautiful. And while it may create a different type of normal for us, it allows us to appreciate others, the world, and life in a much more vivid, creative, and hopeful way. So don't give up or let the pressures of the world hinder you from doing what you want to do or who you want to be. I know I am never going to.